con un cuerpo yo no sigo ser más joven con cada círculo.
You hear me, Sushish? Sorry? Yes. I was saying I put my Polska t-shirt for the occasion today. Yeah. I see modded.
Yeah, I can also see Maciej.
How many people are you expecting? Oh.
Oh, I can hear it a little bit actually.
Yeah, it's probably from the microphone.
Mhm.
I'm preparing, I'm like checking like hundreds of songs every day. Just next. Preparing for my next DJ set.
Oh, nice. Is it like folklore techno, like your style?
Folklore techno. No, more like melodic,
Nice.
It's in Dutch is Julian. It's a bit hard to name. It's okay. I know you mean me. So.
You want to show us today some updates? What a nice hat, man. I like Cascdr variations.
You like the Cascdr variations? Yeah, this is my favorite hat now.
It's like pink orange.
Yeah, it's orange. It's too clean. Let me put on the light so you can see it better. There you go.
Nice. My favorite, I think, is when there is like elliptic curve with "Don't Tread on Me."
Oh, an elliptic curve. That's a good one.
Black one on yellow.
There's one I have that has I don't even have it here, but it's like he's inside the American flag and he's holding an AK that's green candles and there's a Bitcoin symbol in it, so it's pretty crazy. That's probably my favorite one.
I'll come back on email to you with Cascdr variations. Hello everyone, 3 p.m. at UTC, 5 p.m. over here in Poland, where I'm speaking to. It's Tomek from ALBY, and I have a pleasure to welcome all of you on Twitter, Zapstream, and other Nostr clients that show those streams. And here at GTC, at ALBY Community Call, we meet every second week with our team, with power users, and with friends. Everybody is waiting for updates, what's new at us, and at various projects that are demoing every second week. Today we have Bitrefill, Wavlake, Cascdr, and Clams. Hopefully all of them will appear today and have nice demos, what their projects do and what's new, what's challenging. It's always exciting. So let's start maybe with ALBY. There was nice demos 2 weeks ago of ALBY Hub, and probably all of you have heard that well, we are cooking and there are things being changed. ALBY announced its mission to eventually onboard its users to self-custodial Lightning, to show that self-custodial Lightning can be easy and comfortable, and that's it. Yes. And it's being manifested slowly with ALBY Hub and ALBY Buzz memberships. Some of you maybe noticed some new links at your dashboard. It's not yet publicly officially launched, but if you dig deep enough, you can put your hands early into that. If you want to have some special onboardings to what is ALBY Hub, we are very often posting links to get your invite, to get personal walk through our new product with some discounts, so you could also give us some feedback, because every week we are working to make it better. And maybe there are some updates that are worth showing at this community call. Maybe Boomy or Moritz or Roland have something to tell. What's new at ALBY?
I could show a quick demo. Mart, or Boomy, if you have an update first, go ahead.
No, that sounds good. I think like all focus currently on the new product, on the new self-custodial wallet.
Yeah, demo sounds good. Let's look at things, because seeing things is much more exciting than hearing things, right? And but yeah, we are slowly opening up the product to more and more people, which is exciting. Slowly rolling it out, getting still a lot of feedback that we're improving. And yeah, if people need an invite or if people are up for testing, please reach out. Yeah, looking forward.
Cool. Cool. So first, I'll give you a quick demo of some of the new features we just added. So just today, actually, we did a new release. And so for a lot of users coming from the custodial experience where everything's managed for them, they don't have a node, their money is actually not their money, right? It's custody by someone else. It's quite hard to wrap your head around it, that how can you use all the existing ALBY features, like connect to all these different apps, but still have control over your money, right? So in ALBY Hub, you can connect to many different apps, and one of them is even your ALBY account, which powers your Lightning address, and you can connect to podcasting apps and do a lot of other things. And one thing users really found hard to understand is what happens when you actually link your account. What's happening, because the money is in your hub, it's on your own node, right? So when you link to the ALBY account, how can the ALBY account use your money? So now when we have this link your ALBY account button, it will actually kind of tell you what's happening. So you're setting up a budget, you're giving the ALBY account a budget to access your node, and you have full control over it. So if you really don't trust ALBY, you can say, okay, you can only spend 10 sats from my node, but you can still connect, and you get an ALBY Lightning address, and whenever someone sends you payments, they'll go directly into your node. So I'll go ahead and do this. I'll just set it to 100k sats per week and link to my ALBY account. Cool. So if anyone sends me sats to this Lightning address, it actually goes directly into my my own nodes wallet, right? So this is pretty cool. And another cool thing is we just added recently transaction details, so you can see when you make a payment how much routing fees you paid, which is pretty cool. And in your node interface, since you're running your node, and I have another demo after this, which is how this all fits together, is because you're not using a custodial service anymore, right? You need your own channels. You have full control over your money. If any of these channels close, then the balance on your side of the channels will go back into your savings balance. So we have here on the top right, node health thing. So unfortunately mine's 100%, so you can't see, but if I close a few of these channels and I had all my funds on one side of the channel, or I only had one channel available, we kind of try and give a really brief overview of how you can make your node more resilient by having more channel partners, make sure your channels are a large enough size so that you can reliably receive and send payments and so forth. But the really cool thing is that, yes, this is a bit complicated, and we're trying to simplify it because we want as many people as possible to run their own node. But I myself, I have a lot of family members who even just the basics are too complicated, right? And I think a lot of people are like this. And what do you do if we don't have custodial options in the future due to regulatory challenges? What if I could give my liquidity that I have and let my friends and family share that and get a great custodial-like experience, but more decentralized, where anyone running an ALBY hub can share their liquidity with their friends and family. So I have a quick video that I could demo here, and I'll show you what's going on. So I'm in the extension here. I have one extension account which is connected by Nostr Wallet Connect to my ALBY hub, and I'm just creating an invoice for 500 sats. Right now my balance is 0. And here is my ALBY hub. You can see my balance here, 102,534 sats. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to the other wallet. But the thing is, actually, both of these, this other wallet is actually just an NWC connection, part of this ALBY hub. And I could give this connection to my friend or family member, and they would have a fully working wallet. So you can see here, I sent the balance from my wallet to another connection, but the balance is actually the same because it's all on my own node. So you can kind of think of this as balance here. And I am now becoming a custodian, right, for my friends and family, except I only manage for a small number of people. I don't manage for, you know, thousands or millions. I don't put a lot of risk on myself to custody for people. I only take control of what I can safely manage, right? So right now I created one NWC connection, and then here I created a second NWC connection, also connected to the same ALBY hub, and I can actually send sats from one NWC connection to the other. So it's basically a self payment on my node. And when we go back to the transaction list, just a second, you'll see that I can send payments back and forth between different NWC connections, and my balance stays the same. And the really cool thing is I can give out these connections to my friends and family. I can send them some sats and they can go spend it, spend Lightning, get this great experience, but they don't have to worry about liquidity, channel management, and they also don't have to sign up with the custodial provider. They're using my node, and as long as I manage the liquidity, everything works. So yeah, that's a upcoming feature pretty soon. So I'd like to see what you guys think if you would onboard your friends and family and you know, give them a really nice, super simple Lightning experience, and you manage the liquidity for them. It's actually pretty easy with ALBY hub, so, and we're making it easier every week. So it's pretty exciting to see, I think. Yes, hey, Andrew.
No, great. It's great to see it. And my first thing that comes to mind is it seems like there's some kind of similar functionality to what I've seen with LN bits. Is that ring true in terms of functionality? A certain amount of similar idea and kind of sub accounting within your own LN node.
Yeah, it's very similar. One of the cool things is it's all powered by the same NWC protocol. Mm-hmm. So we don't have to do anything new. Everything just works. You can connect to all these different apps. It's just one NWC connection. And the weird thing is, normally your NWC connection is used for an app, but actually in this case you give it to a person. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, LN Bits is great. It's really cool, and you can actually connect your ALBY hub and your ALBY account to LN Bits and enable all these plugins. But we think for normal people, we have to make a really simple user interface, really user-friendly. And there's a lot of work that has to be put into that. But if we can pull it off, then I think we could onboard a lot of people to Lightning and really,
Right.
build these circular economies. So
Right.
this is kind of the idea. But it's a far way off, and we have to do a lot of planning around the UX, the user experience stuff. So but this is just the start.
Mm-hmm. No, it's great. Secondarily, what's the delegated wallet sort of experience? Is it just a web URL that you would give to that user, and then they can pull it up, say, on their device and interact like it would be an installed app, wallet app on their device, or something of that nature? That's kind of, and then secondarily, I'll just ask, if I'm running this on my Umbrel or Start9 device behind a proxy behind my gateway, then setting up the proxy, the web proxy for such a service would be important. So it's kind of another layer of complexity that would have to occur, right? To make it available, if it was hosted on such a device, to make it available to your friends and family, etc.
Well, you just need a way to generate NWC connection strings and give them out. However you do that is up to you. You could even do it on your own computer and print out tip cards that you can give to people. But because this is just an NWC connection, any interface that supports NWC will be able to use this. So yeah, Web1, as you mentioned, but we're also working on a mobile app that should be released soon. And the idea is that your friend or family member, they just download this app, they scan a QR code, and they're ready to go. So I would like it to be really as simple as possible for people who have no idea what's going on, no idea about Bitcoin and Lightning, but you want to onboard them, you have to make it as easy as possible and as user friendly as possible.
Right. Very good. Thanks.
And as a note for the networking, thanks to the relay concept and NWC, you do not have any networking issues if you run it on your home server behind a firewall or behind your private router. So you wouldn't need to make anything public. They wouldn't see the interface. They wouldn't need to see the interface because they just interact with any NWC app.
All right, probably more updates in 2 weeks, like every time with ALBY. But we have our guests that change every second week, and let's try to keep it whole meeting under hours. So let's start with our 4 presentations. I know that Jim asked me to go first. He has presented Cascdr 2 or 4 weeks ago, but I have seen that there are some nice updates. So let's give him a stage to present them. Hey, Jim.
Hey guys, my name's Jim with Cascdr. Thank you for the opportunity to present today, Moritz and ALBY team. Really excited. Our application uses ALBY. We're really inspired by the great UX and UI work they've done, and really impressed with what you guys just presented. So cheers to you guys. So my application is called Cascdr. It is a collection of AI and even some non-AI tools and services you can use and pay for in Lightning. So we inherit the excellent properties for privacy and for interoperability that we get from Lightning. So this is our main page, cascdr.xyz. We have numerous applications. Just to give you like a brief overview, really simple example, we have a proxy ChatGPT service. So you can use this. You can connect your ALBY wallet. So thanks to the great work the ALBY team's done on the Bitcoin Connect project, you can easily set up your ALBY account, your Mutiny wallet. A lot of these are NWC under the hood. I think these two aren't. LNBits and LNC are not, but great work they've done there. Makes it really easy for us to accept this. And then thanks to that, thanks to the great sender privacy from the Lightning network, then you can pay. You can pay for the use by the call. and probably save a lot of money just because you don't have to buy the $20 subscription. And you also get the privacy of knowing, this chat history, dies as soon as you close this window. So that's one really simple use case, like really basic use case. But fundamentally speaking, we want to innovate beyond just LLMs. We do a lot of logic apps, which allow you to chain things together and build things together. These are static for the time being. We're working on composable workflows, but just want to build up some of the building blocks. Big update for this call is we were able to put together a huge upgrade to our voice to text transcription service. So you can transcribe any MP4, MP3 file that you may have either locally or on a remote instance, like Amazon S3 or other CDN, bucket. You can just type in the URL here, and then here's the finished result. I uploaded a stream I did with Carr at Pleb Lab, where we discussed one of our, one of my latest updates, and you can get sentence and even word level timestamps. So this is really useful just in general for humans, but it's a really useful building block for AI. And so everything we do at Cascdr, we try to make it useful for humans today, but also really useful for the future, which we think is AI agents acting on your behalf, and basically hiring each other as like an economy of bots. We really think that's going to be the future. I think a lot of other people would agree with us, and so that's what we're building. So we're trying to build really robust, future-proof APIs and interfaces that add value from day one. So kind of building on what we were just talking about, how there's this chained workflow. This is a logic app. It can actually take a YouTube stream. It can turn it into a streamable link, effectively scraping it, and then this is the final result. It'll feed it into the voice to text transcription I just showed you. So this is that module here, and then it'll give you the whole transcript. So I transcribed a Stefan Livera podcast that Moritz did. And you can search the entire thing. Sentence level, word level, however you want to do it. Really useful building block, really useful for creators. You can copy it to your clipboard and use it for whatever purpose you may have. So that's really useful just in a void, but also really useful from the standpoint of it can power other applications. So we have this application called Cascdr Vision. So you can get a transcript. You can use an LLM to help you, extract the top quotes. So I can come in here. I can find the top quotes. There's some great alpha that Moritz dropped on us, in this, and I can jump to this and just click one button. I can create a clip. I can also come in and search for a specific phrase. Let's see. I'm looking for offramp. Let's see if that. It's not working. It's imperfect. Right, so I can come in here and then I can click make clip, and then I just highlight what I want and click make clip. So useful to humans, useful to creators. Personally, this helps me make clips probably about 10 times faster than I normally would. But it's also available to bots from day one, thanks to the great work that that the Lightning community's done and that ALBY frankly has done to make this really simple for us to just put in this button and make it possible to pay invoices in real time with almost no user UX hassle. So that's really all I have for today. Do I have any questions?
Yeah, I have a couple. I wanted to ask, do you support other languages other than English for like the transcribing stuff?
Yeah, good question. I built like a prototype that can do that. I'm happy to do that, and I'm pretty sure it'll just do it. Like I got to try another language. I actually haven't tried it yet. I've actually, I have like another module that can summarize, content. And I know that if you tell it, like, give me the answer in German or Spanish or whatever, it'll just do it. So that's like a slight tweak. I can improve the UX by just making it like a drop down or, save that in a setting. So great feedback. Let me know if you have any other like like if you have like specific needs on that, because I'm happy to like change it up for you.
Cool. And so when you use Cascdr and you don't connect with Bitcoin Connect and you try and use some functionality that requires a payment, will it pop up or?
Yeah, there will be a pop-up. So there's really 4-way, we have middleware. There's for every application. Or for every API, either you can pay with Lightning, you can get like an HMAC from us, like if we have a business relationship and we're doing like a net 30, and we're doing that with like, for example, we'll probably do that with Fountain soon. We're going to help them with some things. And then another option is pay with a credit card. So we know that not everyone's, on a Bitcoin standard yet. Thanks to the great work you're doing, hopefully it'll be even easier than setting up a credit card. But we do have a Square checkout experience, so you can just pay up front and then and get that. And then the fourth is there is a free tier. It gives you about two runs per day per IP address. So once you run out of those, then it will pop up and ask you for payment.
Awesome. Great.
Whether such projects do they have traction? Do you have users that are not experimenting only, like myself? Very often I find myself using your great apps, guys, but just for experiments, right? I don't yet get that much utility. So I wonder whether this is yet a building phase, or there is hundreds of people that actually use it and it's already today.
Yeah, we're pretty new. I wouldn't say we're at that level where we have hundreds of users, but we do have a pretty robust base of users that is growing, by the day, by the month. We're having pretty good growth rate. A lot of people that use it are like, at least to start, they're Bitcoin podcasters, because they have to do all this stuff all the time. Our application really is focused on speed and productivity, so it helps them big time to use our application. So a bunch of podcasts you might know, like Carr from Thriller Bitcoin, Brandon from Green Candle's a user, Guy Swan uses it actually. I talked to the producer of TFTC, they use it. So kind of, more the Bitcoin people are using it, but it really adds value to really anybody that's kind of an up and coming podcaster could really use this to improve their ability to expand their reach and put out content. So that's like one vertical. There's other people too, like other people that are doing, a lot of people are doing Bitcoin meetups. So like I think pretty much everyone in the Central Texas area, because I'm in Austin, pretty much all the big Bitcoin meetups in the Central Texas area are using it now to help them put out content and analyze it and, do other things. So, it's kind of grassroots at this point, but I think, over time this is going to grow because the productivity is there. It doesn't matter whether or not you're a Bitcoin. It's just those happen to be my network at this time.
Great answer. Thank you. Let's move on to another project. First time at our community call, because version 0.1 has been released like a week ago. I also put my hands on it, and it looks super cool. Clams from clams.tech. I'm not sure whether it's one of your products or Clams is main product. John is here with us to present and represent it. Hey John, where are you from?
I don't normally use these headphones. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so I'm from Northern Ireland. Normally live in the United States, but I'm actually back home right now. So yeah, Clams. I mean, we work on a couple of things, but our primary product is a Bitcoin focused accounting app, and that's what I'm going to demo today. But we also work on a project called Remote, which is a interface for Core Lightning, and it was the first UI for Bolt 12. So if you're running a Core Lightning node and you need a nice UI, you can check that out as well. So I'll share my screen here. Let's see. Okay, you guys see my screen? All right, cool. Yeah, so Yeah, when you open up Clams here, you can get the download from clams.tech. So this is a native desktop app. We have Mac OS support, we have Windows, we have Linux. Yeah, we're really looking for beta testers right now. It's early days for us, but the first connections that we offer are core Lightning nodes, LND nodes, and Nostr Wallet Connect was added recently. So I can demo that today. But I think the overarching kind of plan for Clams is that we want a place where you can connect all of your wallets in one place, and the app's not interested in like sending or receiving sats. It's simply looking for transaction data, so that we can convert all of your Bitcoin data into double entry bookkeeping standards, and then help you make accounting decisions, provide profit and loss statements for your business or your family, give you your cost basis, help you with your taxes, all these things. And we just believe, we're planning for life on a Bitcoin standard. So ultimately people will need better accountancy tooling, and right now everything that's out there that a lot of people are working with is either crypto focused, or a lot of devs like ourselves are writing custom scripts, and it's just absolutely insane that we're spending weekends doing this shit when we should be focusing on our lives. So we're trying to solve the accountancy problem. So I'll show you how it works with NWC here, and we'll use my ALBY. So I'll just, I'm in nwc.getalby.com, which you guys will obviously know, but I'll change the permissions here. So again, we only need read access, so I'll check these two off. We'll create the pairing phrase. So I'll copy that, and you just add a label, and this is for your own records. So you can imagine if you're maybe running a Lightning node, you have one for yourself, you could call that personal. You maybe have a core Lightning node for your business, you could call that business. So this is really your account system within this app. So you want to label these, and then we can track your transfers, and so that they don't get wrapped up in your charges when you do your taxes. This whole system is designed to track everything and transfer. So we've added ALBY. We'll kick off a sync here, and yeah, I don't have a lot of activity on my ALBY here, but got a good handful here. The other day we just added a zap tag here. So what happens is, obviously under the hood, we take all the transaction data, we then convert it into a standard that is across all our connections, which is things like assets, income, expenses, and we've been talking to a handful of you guys, I believe, on the call about, we really need on-chain as well. We need the ALBY, I suppose, is Lightning, but I don't know if includes all the fees, because we obviously need effectively to get a full picture of someone's entire accounts. We need from when they first receive their Bitcoin as on-chain right through to the present day. So that might be, from an exchange connection. You can see we have some of those coming down the pipe. We have River and Strike on the list. But right now we're working on-chain and multi-sig, and we'll have that out soon. You'll be able to click this and just drop in an XPub, and boom, you'll get your cost basis. So, but it really will start coming to life here once you have multiple wallets connected, because you'll see in your transactions, this is all just my ALBY here, but you'll see transfers to and from, and once the on-chain's connected, you'll see on-chain Bitcoin moving to Lightning and back in, and that'll all be tracked. And you'll get, loads of insights, like maybe you're a node runner and you want to know, how much have I spent in on-chain fees in the last quarter? You'll be able to filter this chart and get that information. Or maybe you're, a Bitcoin startup, and at the end of the year, your investors want to know, like, how did you guys do this year? And you'll be able to create fine-grained reports, like, let's show how much routing income we made in the last 6 months. You'll just print that report, hand it to your investors. So that's kind of the overarching goals of this app. It's pretty early days. We're really focused on building the engine, which is happening under the hood here, which is really this managing all the complexity of Bitcoin transactions and Lightning transactions, and converting them into something that can can surface these insights and drop it all into these buckets. So yeah, that's everything for me. If anybody's any questions, or wants to reach out, you can find us at clams.tech. Yep.
Thanks, John. Do you think of this as it's its own destination, or is this an intermediary between the accounts and an accounting program, an application like GNU Cache or God forbid QuickBooks or something like that? Because I think you need to kind of this then naturally ties into your broader accounting and bookkeeping strategy, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, we initially had this kind of laser focus of what would life look like on a Bitcoin standard, because that's what we want. We want, small businesses, we want individuals, families to operate their lives on a Bitcoin standard, because that's our North Star. We believe that's, down the line, we don't know when. So we started there and we're primarily focused on that, but we have had feedback that, a lot of people would like to just use the app to solve the Bitcoin problem that they have, and then pair that with their fiat stuff and drop it into something like a QuickBooks. So there will come a time where we have to make that call of, do we want to make that offer to people, or do we prefer to maybe make a fiat connection in the app so that you could have it all in there? Let's say you're a startup and 20% of your income is coming in as Bitcoin and 80% of it is fiat. It probably would be relatively trivial for us to connect your fiat rails there. And so your fiat and Bitcoin could just live in the one app, and then you'll see your bank accounts connected to your Strike account going back and forth, and you'll see all of that. You'll get your whole picture. So that remains to be seen. Right now we're just laser focused on keeping this in the app. And the first report that we want to do will be profit and loss. So we're just kind of want as many connections as possible to start, and then we'll get into profit and loss.
Well, that sounds good. I'm definitely interested. This has been a topic in the back of my mind, and I would love to set up some time. We could probably talk at length about various ideas, and it even, I know you're Ireland. You said you lived in the U.S., but I think then the tax filing side is another opportunity for what you guys are doing. So would love to connect with you. What's the best way to touch base with you?
Yeah, so just if you go to clams.tech, there's a link to our Discord there, and you can ping me on there, and my co-founder is Aaron. He's an Australian fella. Just the two of us, so you can find both of us in there. Just say hello.
Very good. We'll look for you there.
For the CLN and LND connection, would you consider supporting Tor?
Yeah, so the LND connection works for Tor nodes already, because it's using the what's it called, the pairing phrase. It's called, is it LNC? Is that what they call it? So it just works as is, but yeah, for Core Lightning right now, it's Tor only. So my own node runs on Tor, so I haven't been able to connect it, unfortunately. But yeah, for now, no immediate plans. But yeah, we'll definitely would like to support Tor for Core Lightning as soon as we can.
Cool, thanks.
Do you guys plan to open source? I see this question somewhere. How big, all my transaction data?
Yeah, so we don't have plans to open source. We don't have the transaction data, so I should have said that in the demo. All of the data lives on your device and never leaves your device. The only thing that you're doing would be similar to, like, if you're using something like Sparrow and you used a public server like Blockstream or something to find your transaction history, you'd be effectively doxing yourself. So we have plans to offer the option to add your own server. So you could add your own Electrum server. So yeah, so you know the data, we don't have any data. We have no Google scripts, no tracking. It's a fully private self-hosted app, but it's not open source, and we don't have plans to open source it right now.
Right, thank you, John.
No worries.
Next project that I would like to invite, probably most of you know, it's probably the oldest one of projects presenting today, Bitrefill, represented by my country fellowman Maciej, who actually lives in Mexico, I think. Hey Maciej, are you with us?
I think you're right. Bitrefill was one of the first companies that really implemented Lightning in a successful way. So you guys probably know it, but is anyone ever heard about it, or?
We probably all know it, right? Where you can buy gift cards to make shopping in various shops, online platforms, using your Bitcoin, and not only, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I will show all the Lightning features we have. So I'm the social media coordinator. So I'm not able to respond to like more technical question in regards of Lightning channel management. But if you guys are interested in the future, hearing from the devs that are taking care of it, I'm pretty sure I can arrange one of them to come up and talk about their experience. So yeah, as Tomek said, basically Bitrefill is the largest e-commerce store that you can buy things with Bitcoin, Lightning, other cryptos as well. And we have a few Lightning features. So also one good thing about Bitrefill is that you don't have to create an account. You can simply use an email to receive the gift card you're receiving. But there is few advantages of having an account, such as being able to top up your account and also gathering rewards. So we have some cashbacks on a few products. So yeah, if you never did, who needs a eSIM? I can do a purchase for eSIM. Is somebody traveling soon somewhere? Don't be shy. Nobody's taking the offer?
I'll take one. I'll take one for the UK if you can get me one. I'm in Northern Ireland and I'm using like a Japanese eSIM and it's a little unreliable. So yeah, I would take it. I don't know if it's like done by region, but a UK one would be awesome.
So here you can simply select your country and let's write eSIM UK. How much you need? How long you're staying?
Well, I might be here for 8 months, but I'm not going to ask you for that amount.
Let's buy you one for 3 gigabyte for 30 days.
Awesome.
So I already topped up my account, so I can actually add to cart, and at the checkout, you can either select to go through the external payment, but I already have a topped up account, so I can simply select a balance that I have, and I confirm payment. Should not be too long. Yeah, we can go with that. So maybe just send me a message at my Twitter, and I will send you the QR code. So yeah, it's simple as that. Yeah, I'm gonna unseal. I'm trusting you guys, but I will just unseal it later. I know nobody will steal it. And then also one nice features that we have, if you go into your actual settings, you have the ability to create a Lightning address to send funds, which is fun. And also you have the ability to log in with Lightning with Numerous Wallet. But yeah, you can also use ALBY. I'm pretty sure you guys know a little bit about everything. we also launched a card recently in Europe, and you cannot top it off with Lightning yet, but we're working on it. So anyone that is a resident in those countries, pretty much all the EU countries, you can apply, and it's really easy way to spend your Bitcoin, and we're gonna implement Lightning soon. That's pretty much it regarding Lightning, I think. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to respond to anything. When Apple Pay, we're working hard on it. We don't have like a clear date, but yeah, that's the next big feature that is coming.
A lot of one great feature about Bitrefill, right, is you don't have to do KYC. Regarding the cards, you will have to do some KYC. Is that correct?
Yeah, obviously, because the card itself, it's a partnership with Visa. We have to do the KYC way. For the first year, you only have to send like a picture of your residency card or something like that. So it's not that intrusive, but yeah, obviously it's not the same conditions. Yeah, it's basically the gift cards, the eSIM, the no KYC feature is really liked by Bitcoiners, but we don't advertise it as such to not attract attention. So don't put me on the spot for this. But yeah, obviously, being able to spend your Bitcoin without going through an exchange and giving your identity can be really good, because in many countries you can spend it for groceries, all that stuff. So you're in charge of doing your tax declarations, but yeah. That's pretty much it. We have been working hard on the card for a while, so that was like the big feature for the next month. Also improving it, adding more payment options. There's a lot of things on the roadmaps, but I don't know which one are actually going to manifest themselves or not. Bitrefill is at a stage where it's pretty big, so there's many ideas floating around, but it's hard to say which one will land at the end. But yeah, always looking forward to add more gift card options and everything else. So
once I remember, we discussed that at ALBY we could implement Bitrefill widgets and have it as an option to give users option to offramp, right, from Lightning. Is this feature used a lot by some other platforms?
Yeah, so we can discuss this, and I can put you in touch with the relevant parties. But we have few basically widget partners like wallets or other exchanges where the balance is taken directly from the user's account, and you can basically use Bitrefill within another app. So I think ALBY could be great, and yeah, we can make it happen.
Okay.
Hopefully.
No questions in the chat or in the Jitsi audience? Right, thank you, Maciej. Probably no many
Just make sure to send me the... Sorry?
There is probably no questions because we know Bitrefill.
Yeah.
Well, at least me. You can drop your contact info, and I think also that John didn't leave any contact info. If there is any community of Cascdr, that would be also helpful. I would like to check it out, and probably some of the other attendees. So after the presentations, guys, we have chat. That would be great. Boomy.
Just a quick question to the card, actually. So I top it up this Bitcoin, or are the funds held in Bitcoin and converted whenever I buy something?
No, they're converted right away. Okay. So yeah, that's why we know like Lightning is important, because with Bitcoin you need to like top it off a good amount if you wanna don't pay high fees for small topping up. So it's converted automatically.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
And the next project and the last one today, Sam, I saw you joined us, and you joined us also 2 weeks ago, and or maybe some other time. Maybe this time we can ask for small info. What's new at Wavlake? You guys probably also know Wavlake, but do you actually listen to music on it? Hey Sam, what's up?
Yeah, hey, how you doing? Sorry, I've been trying to make this, but I keep getting into the tail end of it from other calls. But
no worries, happy to see you. So many musical posters behind you. Would you like to give a short intro to Wavlake and maybe tell us what's something new that we don't know about, or what's on the roadmap?
Yeah, sure. So Wavlake is a music distribution site. Artists can go there to upload their tracks just as they would to another music aggregate like a TuneCore or DistroKid, which would essentially push that to iTunes and Spotify and all those types of places. But alternatively to that, we push out to RSS and Nostr. It's an open library that's monetized with Bitcoin, and it can be read in various forms and interacted with in various forms. So we have a mobile app that's in beta right now on iOS and Android. We have a web player. The library is being adjusted by Fountain. So Fountain now also offers music through the Wavlake library and some other sources. We started getting into ticketing a few months ago for an event that we're going to be hosting in Nashville on the 25th around the conference. And we just started implementing pretty recently and are working on currently more of a social element to it. We added a feature called Pulse in the mobile app, which is essentially just pulling Nostr data that people interact with. But instead of it being direct social feed, like you're reading someone's notes as you would in a Nostr client, in the Wavlake Nostr client, you're just seeing the music information. So you see when somebody creates a playlist, you see when someone zaps a track, you see when somebody comments on something. And we're working with Fountain and some other people too to unify that process. So if someone, these comments just start to show up everywhere. And that's the cool thing about Nostr and why we're using that for the social elements of it. That's where we're at. We've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and since we relaunched it, and we have a bunch of other cool stuff we're working on at the end of the year. But our main goal right now is to get this mobile app out of beta and out to the world. But yeah, we interact with Nostr Wallet Connect, so we have a lot of ALBY users. We're also working to get a mobile wallet inside of the app itself for people who are not familiar with Bitcoin at all. So as they onboard to Wavlake through the mobile app, they'll be onboarding to Nostr and Bitcoin without really having to know much about it. So that's the goal there.
Nice. You guys have a very show off if you have some.
I was just gonna say I can show a quick. I don't think I can share my phone or anything, but I do have a quick video just to show that. I think you wanted me to show the ticket process a little bit, right?
That would be good too, yeah.
Can I share just a tab or something? I've never used this.
You should be able. Yes,
here we go.
Camera and chat icon.
Got it. Here it is. So this is just a quick process of, we've created this. This is the screenshot of the mobile app. There's a banner up there, and if you click through that banner, so that just kind of shows you how quick. I just bought 2 tickets for this event in Nashville. I'm logged in through Nostr, so when I buy the ticket, it also sends me a DM with my information, and that's just checked against at the door, like will call. we have a lot of, this is just an incredibly simple sort of hackathon version of tickets. We have a lot of ideas on how this can be expanded. It's also open source. We were calling it Ticketbot. It's on GitHub. If people want to jump in and contribute to it, they're more than welcome to. But yeah, we think the ticket thing is going to be a big element of this for people, even if it's just for live streaming and things like that. I think it's going to be really cool for artists. So our main goal is really just to put monetization back in the hands of independent artists who typically aren't monetized because they're not getting enough streams or they don't hit a certain threshold on traditional platforms. So yeah, that's about it. Got any questions, let me know. But it's Wavlake in a nutshell. Users are hard to track. I mean, we know how many app downloads we have. I actually haven't looked at that number in a while because it's not something that we're really logging at the moment. But the exciting thing for us is that this library and users of it are happening in all different places. So you can use Wavlake in a social feed. You can use Wavlake in Fountain. You can use Wavlake on the mobile player. You can use Wavlake on an embed on an artist's website. So we, as this thing expands, I mean, think of us as building sort of like a new infrastructure for music as opposed to an app. We're not building an app. These things that we're building are more so showcases of the infrastructure piece. And as we build each one of these things, they're open source. So we're hoping that this just helps to create a greater system for music. So we're not really tracking users because that's not our focus. It's more so, artists. How many artists do we have? We have 750 artists uploading tracks, probably approaching 10,000 tracks uploaded. That stuff's easy to track. That's the number that I care about the most. Once we get this app into app stores, that we'll probably track that a bit more because those two will go hand in hand. Like we're really not pushing. The 750 artists have come in completely just organically through word of mouth, through friends. We haven't pushed this thing at all outside of just our little bubble. And it's spread just the way it has. So once we get the app out into the world and we make it really easy for people to onboard their fans, I think we'll track that a lot more because there will be way more correlation between artists and their fans. So if an artist with 10,000 monthly listeners comes online to Wavlake, all of a sudden, even if we get 10% of those people, we'll get 1,000 new listeners overnight. And that's the ultimate goal is like, how do we set something up that when somebody discovers this and they find success within our existing community and they want to push that out to their community, is that easy enough for them to bring their fans? Can they say, hey, come over here, this is where I can be most supported? And when they get there, will they know how to use it or will it just be confusing? So we want to make it incredibly simple and dummy proof, basically.
Oh, we feel you. At ALBY, we have kind of similar approach. Matt, you have a question?
Yeah.
So my question is more on the the social side. You mentioned you're using Nostr. Like, what is your strategy? I can see how there would be a lot of synergy, using a social app and people come together to talk about music and stuff like that. But do you have any particular strategies that you were trying to employ? Are you like maybe gifting sets on Nostr to try to get attention? Are you, any ideas, particular ideas that you had?
Yeah, so we do have a strategy in the next product that we're going to build, which will essentially be a listen to earn feature that artists will be able to generate that to onboard their own fans and get their fans earning Bitcoin to start interacting. Basically just like a very simple, very inexpensive way for them to sort of run a promotion to gift sats to their fan base which will then in turn come back to them as they're onboarding them through that process. That'll be the strategy. That's going to be our main strategy there, because that's just a simple thing. It's like, this is a paid promotion, just like everyone's used to doing on Google or Facebook or Instagram or wherever, except the beauty here is when you convert your own fan to this place, they essentially just give you that money right back. So it's kind of a cool way to think of that. The Nostr element, I mean, that we launched in January of 23. I, like a lot of people, got on board with Nostr about 2 or 3 weeks before that. And it sort of blew up a lot of stuff for us because there were a lot of social elements that we thought we would have to build much later on down the road. And over the course of the next 12 months, we started seeing, how much more this stuff could come into play for us. So the Nostr, we did a proof of concept with Nostr pretty early on called Waveman. It was just a website that sort of was can we publish music to a relay? Will it work? How's this going to interact? Can you comment? Will it show up? Is it confusing for people? We did that. It worked really well. So we turned that into a mobile app. And that's what the Wavlake mobile app right now is, a full-fledged Nostr client. It didn't have any social elements into it until super recently with Pulse. And that strategy there is just to highlight that Nostr, the other stuff of Nostr, everyone sort of thinks Nostr is just this Twitter clone, but we're showing that it's not. You can, people can be on Damus and then they can pop right over to Wavlake and their following is there. So as soon as I logged into the Wavlake mobile app with Nostr, I essentially had 14,000 followers already, and that's going to be something that's really going to click for people as they start to rebuild their social identity on the internet and actually own it.
Awesome, great answer.
Andrew has a question.
Yeah, just sounds great, and I was interested in the event at Nashville. I'm going to be there, and I would love to catch up with you. And I should have put this in the chat earlier. Anyone else that's actually going to be there, I would love the opportunity to bump fists with like-minded ALBY fans. So please stop by July 25th, Nashville. RSVPs are free. If you go to tickets.wavlake.com. There are 2 ways to RSVP. You can do just on a website. It's called Evento. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but you'll find the link there. That's just a basic RSVP. I'm going to show up. Or you can try out the Wavlake ticket thing if you want to download the beta through TestFlight, or if you're on Android, you can download it. Mm-hmm. I can get you an APK if you're not on Google Play, and you can mess around with that part of it. We really like pushing people to the Wavlake ticket thing because it's just fun to continuously see how that works. And then also, when you go to Wavlake to RSVP, you have the option to donate some sats to the bands, which all that money for the RSVPs there will be going to the bands at the end of the show. So great.
But yeah, we'll be there. It starts at 7. It's going to go late. There's going to be a fun sort of Satoshi Nakamoto karaoke thing. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that from other conferences, but that's sort of the headlining thing after the bands play, and it's going to be fun. And it's free, so
sounds great. All right, thanks so much.
Thanks, Sam, for the presentation, and congrats on building it. We all hear very often about Wavlake. If you'd like to drop your contact info, maybe for other attendees in chat, Sam might appreciate. Good luck in Nashville for sure. That's a big thing for you.
Thank you.
We wish you guys revolutionize music, because if Spotify wouldn't introduce SATs super early, I guess you have a big chance to really reinstall infrastructure of music distribution. Good luck.
That's the goal. We're trying. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys, that's it for today. 1 full hour. Julien, go on. No worries. Or Julien wanted to just have a thumb up.
No, sorry. I clicked the wrong button. I want just the arrow up and send claps.
Boomy clicked the wrong button, and now here we have ALBY. See you in 2 weeks. We are also waiting for you at our Telegram, our community to Discord. I will drop you a link over here as well. Thank you for Community Call. Thank you Zapstream, Twitter, whoever is watching us. Get Alby and enjoy using Bitcoin and Lightning apps. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Ciao, everybody.